Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of the internet, good morning. Happy day to you. It's Friday. If you're, a little cheesy, and that's okay. Guys, Coach Kyle Levin's coming to you, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, for another rousing episode of The G.R.O.W Show, that place that we go to get our daily checkup from the neck up. I wanted to start today with some gratitude, man. Super appreciative of all the people that reached out yesterday and said, how the show helped and what they were going through, and how it helped change their course of the day, or at least giving themselves some grace. That's awesome. I mean, that is what we do here. That's the point, is to let you know that you're not alone. And maybe you are thinking about it the wrong way. And there are some great things that you're doing, and that the fact that you just keep showing up even when you don't feel like it is something to absolutely be proud of. So if no one has told you that today, just know that I'm proud of you, and I'm glad you're here, and I'm glad that you're ready for another work day, man. Another day to build our own destiny, another day to look the future in the face and say, I'm going to put my fingerprints on this. Guys, we've talked about some deep truths this week. What winning costs, how heavy it can be sometimes to sustain, right? The continuation of that winning, of that growth, of that next peak. We also talked about why performance can't depend just on how we feel. Spent a lot of time on that yesterday, understanding that peak performance doesn't always equal peak feelings. But today, we're going to address the double weight that so many of us, man, myself included sometimes, and by sometimes I mean all the time, are carrying right now. And it's that we're not just climbing our own mountain, we're carrying others with us. You see, a lot of times, guys, we have a team or a business or a family or clients or friends that we're carrying along the way. They need our leadership. Maybe our family and our friends need our strength. Maybe our business, maybe our clients, they need our belief. You know what makes it harder? That we don't always feel ready. But they need us anyway. They need us anyway. So today we're going to talk about that, man. We're going to spend some time marinating on, man, how do we lead when we're still becoming? We're still on the journey too. We're still a work in progress. We're still figuring it out. Guys, the first part is I want you to understand, not in a bad way, not in a good way, just understand that leadership is a load. It is. Leadership isn't about having it all figured out. It's about holding the line anyway. Most people, I fell for this trap a lot growing up. Most people assume leaders lead after they've arrived. Most people assume that leaders lead after they arrive. That's not always true. A lot of leaders start leading in the middle of the climb, on the way to the peak. In the middle of the chaos is a lot of times where real leaders are born. A lot of leaders lead mid-doubt. You're still figuring things out for yourself while people are looking at you for certainty. Maybe you're still healing from past mistakes, past betrayals, past failures, while people expect you to guide them to their next move. Maybe you're still building your confidence, even though others are borrowing from it daily. That's a load. That's an emotional weight that few people talk about in the highlight reel of social media, in the look good, feel good, smell good self-help books. That's a load. It's an emotional weight. It is going to take a toll. And if you're feeling it, it's not because you're weak. It's not because maybe you're not meant to lead. It's because you're real. It's because you're a real human being. The fact that you feel the load, in my opinion, means that maybe you should be leading because you understand. You're self-aware. You can pay attention to the things that are happening in yourself and around you. We've got to understand firmly and foundationally that leadership is a load, not a negative load, not necessarily a positive load, but it's a load nonetheless. And when we can see and understand the playing field, we can play the game better. As the second part of this is I need you to think about or consider leading without the mask. Leading without the mask. And I know this is hard and sometimes can be counterintuitive, right? S- We're not Superman. That's kind of how a lot of us were conditioned. What's the hero like? The hero's unshakable. The hero knows all the things. The hero's the good guy. The hero's got it all together. He's invincible. You don't have to pretend to be unshakable to be trustworthy. You don't have to pretend to have it all figured out to inspire belief. You don't have to pretend to be impenetrable for people to follow you. I want to break that myth that leadership equals perfection. That's like the myth of saying courage is the absence of fear. No, man, courage is feeling the fear and doing it anyway. I want you to consider that maybe, just maybe, leadership is knowing that we don't have it figured out, is knowing that we're not perfect, and saying we're going to figure it out anyway. We're going to go take the hill anyway. We're going to go build the wings on the plane as we learn to fly, and we're going to fly. Consider maybe that is what powerful leadership can be. I want to give you 3 truths that changed my own leadership game. And the first one, man, it wasn't just the leadership, it was the speaking and the coaching. It was understanding that vulnerability isn't weakness. Telling your team, telling your people, hey, I don't have every answer, but I'll tell you what, I won't stop looking for it. I won't stop searching for it. I won't stop learning. I won't stop growing. We will figure it out. That builds trust nonetheless. That inspires trust. That's honesty and authenticity that shows up on the trust triangle. Vulnerability isn't a weakness. In fact, more often than not, what I have found, just me, take it or leave it, it's a superpower. Used correctly, it's a superpower. The next one, clarity is stronger than certainty. Think about that. Clarity is stronger than certainty. You don't need to be 100% sure. You just need to be 100% clear on where you're going and why it matters. This is where we're going. This is what's important about that. This is what it will do for us. Let's go get it. Do we know how yet? Nope. But when your why is big enough, you'll figure out the how. You will. Clarity is stronger than certainty. I don't need your false bravado. I need your clearness. I need you to understand where we're heading and why that's important. The final one that definitely helped me and continues to help me, and it's something that I'm exercising in every day, is that consistency can be your credibility. Consistency can absolutely be your credibility. Even when you're tired, even when it's hard, let's go. Let's go. Showing up again and again becomes the foundation that other people can stand on. Showing up again and again also raises your self-confidence because you're keeping promises to yourself. Showing up even when you don't feel like it, showing up even when you don't have all the answers, showing up even when you're scared, even when you're tired, even when you know it's the hardest thing that you're going to have to face, showing up in that moment in that space over and over again, that's the foundation, y'all. That's a great spot to build on. Consistency can be your credibility. If you want a better life, if you want better relationships, if you want better wealth, better health, better business, better leadership, consistency, even when you're tired, even when it's hard. And my people out there, you guys know that is hard. And that's okay. It's supposed to be. If it was easy, everyone would do it. In fact, when it's hard, I'll offer you this. Maybe you should be grateful in that moment because it means that you're still alive. It means that you still have the courage for challenge. All the honor goes to the person in the arena, the one who's willing to stand up and be counted, the one who's willing to face down their fears, the one who's willing to raise their hand, even when they don't feel like it. So the three truths to raise your own leadership game in that quest for peak performance: vulnerability isn't a weakness. Clarity is stronger than certainty. And consistency can absolutely be your credibility. Are we going to take these and apply these? Now, some ideas for you here on how to take this a little more tactically is I want you to understand you don't have to have it all together. You just have to stay in alignment, right? You have to stay with that consistency. You guys like my rules of three, so I'm going to give them to you again. Here's three things you can do today to lead effectively, even if you're still in the process, even if you are still on the journey, middle of the journey, beginning of the journey. Is the first part of that is I want you to own your altitude. Own it. Own it. Don't hide from it. Own it. Be honest with yourself and others about where you are. I've said this to people. I'll own my altitude. In the career visioning process, we have three main things. It's potential talent, right? Someone who has the potential to be successful. We have emerging talent, someone who is emerging, someone who's doing some of the things. And then we have proven talent. I'll tell people this all the time. I'm emerging talent, baby. I'm getting it. I don't have $1 billion. I'm working on it. Own it. It's okay to be on your own journey. It's okay to be at your own pace. It's okay to be where you are. Own it. The second thing I want you to think about is your struggle is your strategy. Your current hardship can become someone else's shortcut. Your current hardship can become someone else's shortcut. What you think disqualifies you actually can qualify you. The dragon you slay today can be someone's hero story that they look up to and craft their own. Teach what you're learning, teach what you're going through in real time. Share the struggle, share the battle, share the wisdom in real time. Hey, this is something that happened yesterday. This is what I learned from it. This is how it felt. This is what it went through. Be real. So we're going to own our altitude. We're going to understand that our struggle can be our strategy. And the last one here is I want you to check your anchor. I want you to check your anchor. When you are leading others, you need your own tether. Maps coaching is Gary Keller is leading Maps coach approach right now, where he's ushering in the new wave of Maps. And we have to understand this. And he said, an age-old saying, but it's still fantastic. And it feels new whenever he just brings it up. It's if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. When you're leading others, if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. You need your own tether, whether it's faith, whether it's belief, whether it's mentorship, daily disciplines, something that holds you down when you're holding everyone else. What is your anchor going to be? Maybe it's your habits. Maybe it's your rituals. Maybe it's your morning prayer. Maybe it's your coaching session or your mastermind group. What is the thing that is going to hold you down while you're holding everyone else? Check your own anchor. If we take these things and we apply them and we start working on them, I do not come to you ever bearing a light switch that you can flip and suddenly everything is awesome. No, I bring you hard work. I bring you hard work because we're not in a fairy tale, we're in real life. And more often than not, the success, not just financially, but personally, purposefully, family, wealth, health, it takes hard work and it takes time. Let's start leaning into these things and living a Kaizen life, getting 1% better every time, getting just a little bit better each day, following our Ikigai. I want you to ask yourself, who are you leading right now? And are you showing up as real or just responsible? Know this, I truly, truly believe this. You cannot be a leader. Excuse me, let me change that. You cannot be a great leader until you learn to lead yourself first. So when I ask, who are you leading right now? And you look around and you're like, no one, wrong. You're always leading you. And is it a great story? I need you to make the decision. Where do I need to drop the act? Where do I need to drop the act? Where can I share my journey more openly without losing my edge? What will that look like? What will that feel like? Take off the mask, ladies and gentlemen. We're all on the same journey together. We're all works in progress. And I promise you this, nobody has it all figured out. We're all doing the best we can. And the ones who are going to keep going, the ones who are going to make it, are the ones who are going to know that, hey, everything is figure outable. Everything is figure outable. And that's what I have for you as we land this plane on the Peak Performance series, is just understand that it's a journey and we got to keep climbing and we got to keep going. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of the internet, let's finish strong today. Let's do the work. Let's go even when people aren't clapping. Let's go even when the highlight of social media isn't on. Let's understand that clarity beats certainty every time. Let's understand that our vulnerability isn't weakness, it's oxygen to the people following us. Let's understand that leadership isn't a burden that's negative, but it is a weight that we will carry every day, and that's okay. Let's understand that we can teach what we're learning in real time. Let's understand that people, they don't need us at the summit. They just need to know that we're climbing too. Sometimes they need to know that we're climbing with them. If you were chasing somebody in the snow and you're in the middle of a snowstorm and they're a mile ahead of you, you won't be able to follow along. Why? Because the snow will begin to cover the tracks. But if you're in that same snowstorm and the person's 10 feet in front of you, you'll be able to stay the course. Sometimes people need to know that you're climbing with them and you're not already at the summit. Guys, if you're carrying others and climbing at the same time, like most of us, respect the strength in that. Give yourself grace in that. One of my favorite things to say is give yourself grace when it's earned and grit when it's not. I believe in you. I see you. I am you. I'm with you climbing on this journey too. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thanks for being here. And I will see you next week for more Grow.